Hello and welcome back to Xpwaste, where if Oxie was a random event, he'd be the drunken dwarf. Hi, I'm Michael.
And I'm Oxie, which it fits. I don't drink a ton, but boy, I am like 5'6". Anyways, hello, welcome. If you're new around here, we're a podcast that talks almost exclusively about old school RuneScape, though today might be a little bit different than that. So if you're here for old school, you are in the correct place. You walked into the right class. But we kind of have a guest lecture topic today. So if you're like, this isn't what I signed up for, yes, it is. You just got to hold on tight. If you're not new around here, hello, welcome back. We took a week off last week because our schedules just did not line up at all to record. And I actually spent last week playing RuneScape. Michael, my friend, what have you been up to this week?
Oh, just having COVID. Being sick, not playing RuneScape at all. I went on a company trip last week. That's why we didn't have an episode last week. So I went on a company trip, went out to Utah, and came back with COVID. Like the entire week I was there, didn't play RuneScape. I mean, I logged in. I have a coworker who plays RuneScape, and I logged in to show him my account. But I didn't, like, I thought about playing at some points, and I was like, I don't want to get up because I was already in bed. And it was like 10 o'clock at night. And I'm like, I'd have to go into the other room in my hotel room and grab my iPad and connect to the Wi-Fi. And what am I going to do? Like make gold bars for 5 minutes and get bored? So when it comes to me playing RuneScape on like vacation, it's hit or miss. But I came back and I thought like, oh yeah, we're going to, hit the ground running. But no, COVID had other plans. The whole fam is sick. Luckily, though, my kid, we just tested him today. He's COVID free. Between my wife and I, we both have COVID confirmed, tested for it. He skipped out, dodged it, I should say. He dodged it completely. So it's a wonder. It's kind of crazy. But he's like a pandemic baby, so maybe they're built different. I don't know. You give me a look. Do you not know what a pandemic baby is?
I know what a pandemic baby is. I just don't know if they're built different to be predisposed to not get COVID. Seems like a dangerous game to play, Michael.
All the parents out there who have had babies during the pandemic, they know what I mean. Pandemic babies are just built different. They were raised in quarantine. They know all of the crazy social skills, like, we don't touch things. There's going to be like a whole thing about kids that were born during the pandemic when they're older. Like the subset of their generation. But
that does not make them.
It could. We don't know. Tiki says, I fully disagree. My niece touches everything. Listen, it's not every kid, but a subset of their generation. Anyway, I'm playing RuneScape now. I'm collecting. I was trying to figure out something to do that's AFK. And I'm going to start just like AFK on the side collecting dragon bones because I only need 120k till I have 90 prayer banked. And I think that was one of my goals for the year 2025. I wanted to get base 99 combats and then 90 prayer. So I'll for sure have like 99 attack, 99 defense, 99 range because those are my only 3 left. But yeah, I'm very, very close to banking the rest of the bones and or prayer XP. I have a Hydra task, which if I finish out the task at Hydra and collect every single bone, which it would be dumb not to do, that would be enough prayer XP. But I don't think at the current rate that I'm going, I don't think that I'll finish my Hydra task this year if I continue at the rate that I'm going, because I've had this task since Springo. Actually, since before Springo. Same task. So I'm just like, I'll log in and I'll do like 5 or 6 kills here and there, and when I remember, but it's a very, very slow process. But I've committed myself to doing it at Hydra. So thank goodness for like being able to swap tasks, because without that, I would have just machine gunned it at the small Hydras a long time ago. But once I get bored with the task, I can just swap it back out. So if you don't have task storage and you're listening to this, save up 1,000 points or wait until they finally put in the Slayer changes and unlock task storage, because it is amazing.
Just gotta get you to sesh it out one day.
Like, I have like 90 left, dude. Maybe.
Yeah, we just gotta get you to set shit out one day, big dog. You're like,
how many minutes is that? It's like 2 minutes per kill, 180, 100, maybe 200 minutes. So that's not what, like 5 hours
you were. That's
with
way
banking.
longer. I was gonna say it's way longer than that. Hydra tasks
Really?
take a long time, yeah. But I mean, it's not terribly far off. This is assuming that you always get you said what, a 2-minute kill? That seems very fast.
Oh, really? Okay, well, maybe it's 3 to 3.5. I'm gonna
just
look
hit
at my PB
Hydra and see what your like average kill time is. Probably a few seconds slower than that.
2 minutes 11 seconds is my fastest.
Probably 2.5 ish, I would bet.
Yeah.
Either way, the Hydra tasks take a long time. Sesh out like 50 in a day. You know, like
and
God
then wait
intended.
like 3 months because I'm burnt on Hydra. And do the other 50.
Just do it in a weekend. You know, 50 one day, 50 the next.
You could be right. Well, if I sound more nasally than normal, which I do, it's because I'm still. I have to test, but as of yesterday, on today's Sunday recording, as of yesterday, I was still positive. Luckily, though, I'm feeling like 75% better than what I was earlier this week. Like Tuesday and Wednesday were the worst. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it calmed down a bit. At least my fever went away by like Wednesday. So other than that, Oxie, how are you doing?
I'm not too bad. As always, IRL life is busy, which is shocking, I know. But within the last probably 2 weeks, I'd say, I've actually been doing quite a bit of content. I, for some reason, got on like a Duke kick and did like 130, 150-ish Duke in the last couple of weeks. I've since kind of tapered off a little bit. I also finally caught up on Slayer. And I say caught up on Slayer just because I had like I had a Thermi task or something, like 100 Thermi, and I'm like, I don't want to do this at the boss. I think when I got it, I was very motivated to do it at the boss. I then didn't for weeks and was like, I don't want to do this at the boss anymore. So I ended up just doing it at the babies, and then did a couple other like low key, low kill count shitter tasks like wyverns and mithril dragons, and then finally got on a Raxor task. So who knows? Maybe we'll go back to a Raxor. We have put quite a bit of Duke KC on the board. We also spent a lot of time randomly looking at collection logs and decided, hey, what if I went for all of the locks from Shades of Morton, which took me way more keys than I would have want. Way more remains, way more keys, but got them done. Did some clues. I've been doing some CG on the Iron Man. I'm trying to get my government mandated KC up. I only have one armor seed and 75 KC. So we're on rate for everything and not complaining. I do have a regular weapon seed too, but we don't want to talk about a regular weapon seed. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, we had a stream on Friday. That was fun. I got the Deadeye scroll on the Iron. Did like 30 or something Royal Titans.
Was it only 30?
I mean, I started with 11. I think I ended at like let me look myself up. I want to say I have like 40. I got the scroll in like 40 or something. Like it didn't take me very long to get. So I got spooned on the scroll, got the amulet finally. And it was pretty solid. Pretty solid stream overall.
I completely forgot we did the Royal Titans. Like one of the side effects of COVID I've heard is brain fog, and I've been feeling that so bad, more than usual. Because like normally ADHD, just a lot of brain fog, but this has been bad. Like I completely forgot we streamed on Friday, and I got the pet. I got the little.
He did get the pet.
Titans pet. I got the pet. Another fire crown piece, and I got the what is it, the magic prayer for, is it the it's the magic prayer within the span of however many we did, like 30 or 40 kills. So Titans was actually good to both of us.
Titans was pretty good because I got another ice crown too. So we just need to keep like friendship ended with Eldrick.
Oh yeah,
Brand is my
which
new best
sucks
friend.
because he's the last two collection lock slots I need to green log it. So when I go back to Titans, I'll probably just end up doing it solo. But when I go back to Titans, I'll be getting only the Ice King, which means another Ice Crown, which is fine. Because at some point, like we're gonna even out all of the Fire Crowns that we need.
Hopefully in due time. But that's what I've been up to. IRL has again been busy, been doing fencing demonstrations, been doing practice. I haven't really done a lot at practice this week. Like, I feel like I didn't go to practice on Monday. Tuesday was coaching. Thursday was coaching. It's been a low key week. We're getting into the regular season now, so you'll be hearing a lot more updates about that.
Somebody was saying it's like in the comments on Spotify, I was like, there's too much RuneScape content in my favorite fencing podcast again.
See, you're damn right. Thank you. Man of culture right there. Yeah, I know what you guys want. I know what you want. And it's for me to ramble about fencing in your RuneScape podcast. Remember how we said you're here for a guest lecture? That's what we're talking about today, motherfuckers.
Oh no.
We are here chatting about that. No, it's
Yay.
not. We're not talking about fencing. I would love to get Michael to learn how to fence one day. I would love for him to
cool.
come up to Michigan and then basically like teach him how to fence, like probably epee. That's probably the most straightforward for Michael, just because Saber and Foil have really stupid right-of-way rules, and I would just want you to fence and have fun and not worry about rules and shit, like just stab your opponent. So
rules.
maybe one day we'll have Michael learn some fencing. It'll be a fun little vlog. But I feel like look at us, like a nice concise recap.
Wow.
For the week. We're so talented.
So talented.
What are we talking about today, Michael?
Well, you kind of teased it in the beginning, and maybe the people have seen the title and they know. So
let's make the title something so ambiguous that people still don't know.
Oh, that's gonna be tough.
We'll just call it "What do you think?" Question mark.
What do you think?
What do you know? What do you know? What do you think?
Maybe they've seen the thumbnail. I don't know.
No, maybe. I think honestly, we just put like our faces really up close, like this.
Yeah,
like we're pressing them about something.
What do you think?
What do you think?
Well, if that's the case, then everybody is just on the edge of their seat, wondering what we're going to talk about today. And
we are going to talk about it after we come back from this commercial break. All right, everybody, roll the music.
God, that was a crazy first section.
Could you imagine? Anyways, time to thank the patrons.
Oh my gosh,
it's been a long day.
Oxie said short episode.
Yeah, he said short episode. We meant it. We're 15 minutes in. We're
ripping
going. It. Gotta go.
Yeah. Today we're going to be talking about what we know and what we think about RS3 leagues. Because that's the new hotness. Leagues literally like starts in about 2 weeks. Almost no warning, I feel like. Given the fact that most of the time we know everything about OSRS leagues at the summit months in advance, at least the theme.
Mm-hmm.
They'll give us a trailer at the summit, but this time OSRS leagues is no more. Friendship with OSRS leagues ended.
Let's not go
RS3
too far.
leagues, my new best
Let's
friend.
not go that far. Let's not go that far. Oh boy. Let's not go that far.
So for the duration of the episode, we're just going to call it leagues because I think in the state that I'm in, if I have to continually say RS3 leagues, I'm just going to get confused and I'm going to die. So can we just shake on it and just call it leagues? Because we know we're not getting an OSRS league this year. So any mention of leagues is going to be about RuneScape 3.
So what you're saying is you're going to think it's really annoying if someone tries to correct your terminology, even though everyone knows what you're referring to. But if someone were to be like, actually, you mean RuneScape 3? That'd be kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Someone was pedantic
be
about it.
Annoying. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That would be actually annoying. Tiki.
I just wanted to keep
said,
that in mind.
I'm calling it. Tiki says, I'm calling it knockoff leagues or copycat leagues or shitty leagues. And this is the exact attitude that I want to address. Because what is the most fun temporary game mode that we've ever played in RuneScape?
King of the Skill. I didn't even play that. I didn't even play King of the Skill. I'm just making shit up.
Leagues. Tiki does make a good point. TNL Bingo is fun. But for 3 months out of the year, we game, we ball, we have a blast, we theorycraft, we put out several podcast episodes. It's leagues. And I think that leagues, in whatever format you bring it in, can be fun, even if it is RS3. Rune says, I haven't ever taken a day off for work for video games until this. Exactly. Now, if you like RS3, there's no convincing that needs to be done for you. You're probably going to play it. But if you're a large majority of the people that I've heard talk about leagues for RS3, then you're on the fence, or you're outright saying no, and you're slandering one of the most fun temporary game modes that we have available to this game, and that is leagues. So I want to get ahead of it, and if you're on the fence or you're bad mouthing it, just listen to this podcast, listen to the rest of the podcast, because I'm here. My job as Michael, the optimist of the group, the good guy, good. What's that meme? Good guy, whatever. I don't know.
Good cop, bad cop. Jesus Christ! Did you get what? Oh my god!
It wasn't good cop, bad cop.
Tiki says you got to sell RS3 to sell RS3 leagues.
Well, we're about to do that,
which is great. This is going to be a very fun exercise in. I'm going to use the term the art of the ad lib, because Michael and I have not played RS3 enough to theorycraft it. We could sit and give you idea after idea for leagues in OSRS, and quite frankly, we probably already have, because people ask that question every single year in our community question section. If you could design a league, what would you want to do for it? And we have been pitching ideas for years that we could possibly do for leagues, but we don't know a damn thing about RS3. So while we want to sell you on the idea, Michael's got the gloves on. He's ready to fight anyone who's talking shit about RS3. He said, don't worry, princess. I'll make sure nobody offends you. I'm here for straight vibes. I have no idea what this game is about. Not a single idea, not a thought in the world. And we're just going to make some shit up. Not be like, oh, this isn't in the game. It would be cool if they added it. We're not saying like that. We're saying, what could the leagues that we know, how could that apply to RS3? And how could it make RS3 fun? Because what's the most important part that's going to be familiar to a lot of players who don't play RS3 but play old school RuneScape? What is the unfortunate thing that old school RuneScape does? One of the things it does best that it implements in leagues.
Boosted XP.
RS3 knows all about boosted XP, big dog. That's not what I'm talking about. Everybody in RS3 leagues is going to be playing as an Iron Man.
Yeah.
So the biggest complaint that people have about RS3, if you're still bitching about the combat system, I hate to be an asshole. It was 13 years ago. Just do something different. It's a different combat. Like, I feel like at this point, combat evolved again and again and again since the first evolution of combat. And from what I've heard, it's actually good now. Like, the combat makes sense. It's intuitive. Like, it's just like with F keys and OSRS, like you can auto use all of your specials, but if you bind them to hotkeys, just like with F keys and PVM, it makes it a lot more efficient. You can get more kills. If you're bitching about evolution of combat and the trade, all that, like, oh, I quit when they took out the wilderness way back in the day. Cool. That was almost 20 years ago. Welcome back to the present. What people mostly complain about for RS3 is the egregious microtransactions. The absolutely downright offensive, pay to win, gut you like a fish microtransactions that Jagex has implemented to keep their whales in and to keep RS3 funded and functioning. Now, I'm not saying spending money on RS3 is a bad thing. Hobbies cost money. RuneScape doesn't cost a lot. Old school RuneScape is relatively cheap, but another hobby that I enjoy, Pokemon Go, costs money. I fence. Every time I tell someone where I live that I fence, they go, oh, that's a rich person sport. And I'm like, well, in theory, yes, but where I go, it's actually very, very, very cheap in Michigan relative to everybody else. So you're an Iron Man. That means no MTX, no Proteon bullshit, no extra whatever, no treasure hunter keys, no oddments, no bombs, whatever those things do. I don't even fucking know what these. Every time I log into RS3, it's like, hey, you have 17 million keys to open and 43 bajillion oddment points. What would you like to spend them on? And I'm like, what is any of this stuff? I don't even know what this shit is. Because we're Iron Men, theoretically, we would hope that we don't have one of those goddamn treasure hunter key battle passes that they do. I don't know what they're called, but if you've played RS3, you know what I'm talking about. Yak Track or some shit like that, whatever it is. As long as there is no leagues themed Yak Track, like, because we're Iron Men, we should is the key word here, not have microtransactions. So if you're an old school player and your biggest complaint is like me, hey, I don't want to play a pay to win video game where it becomes more efficient to use real money than it does to play the game. I hope that we don't run into that problem, because I hope as an Iron Man, the same rules apply. Because correct me if I'm wrong, Michael, Iron Men don't get all that shit in the main game.
Nope.
Main game Iron Men and RS3 don't get that. So all of you stinky gray helms, you stinky red helms, you stinky blue, and you really stinky green helms, come over to RS3 Leagues, play as an Iron Man, and you will be removed from the shackles of pay to win, and you will experience RS3 how it's meant to be experienced, which will admittedly be interesting because the game has been designed around microtransactions for a decade at this point. So it would be fun. That's my first selling point for all the old school players.
That's a good one. I think that's, like, if you're still not convinced, maybe you won't be, because that I think that at the center of it all, I really think that's why so many people are turned off by RuneScape 3. Yes, it feels like a different game, but you're not contractually obligated to only play RuneScape. Like, people play other games.
Mm-hmm.
Tiki, one of the biggest haters in this chat, plays other games. So if RuneScape 3 was labeled something else, and maybe we didn't grow up with this trauma of all being children when our worlds were changed, maybe it would be different. But like, he says, no, I don't. He literally does. He plays Baldur's Gate 3.
The man is on his
basically
the man's on his 8th playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3 right now.
It's like basically Baldur's Gate 3. Like, Baldur's Gate 3 is basically RS3.
So, man, first of all, don't slander Baldur's Gate 3 like that. First of all. Second of all, third of all, I've watched Tiki play Baldur's Gate 3 so much that he made a Mean Girls team, dressed his character, created his character to look like his IRL wife, and then dressed everybody in pink and went around with the squad of Mean Girls and beat the game. Nice. So Tiki knows a thing or two about Baldur's Gate 3.
So he does play other games then. So if at the end of the day, if your biggest hang up was microtransactions and you just, like, it makes you cringe, you don't like it, that's fine. Live your life, boo. You don't have to. You don't have to accept it. I, for one, don't like it. So that's why, I mean, potentially that's why I don't play RS3 right now. Or I'm just so addicted to OSRS that I can't. That we don't know. But when you remove that and you have everybody on the same level playing field, maybe it's different. My selling point is going to be the fact that, yes, RS3 is very different. That is a big factor in this. There is so much that they have changed and expanded and built upon from the foundation that we knew in 2007, from when this backup of this game of ours we call old school was conceptualized. From the backup of 2007 till 2025, a lot has changed, and that is RuneScape 3. But the great thing about leagues is it forces you to interact with the very minute parts of the game in the form of tasks. So when you think about maybe experiencing a new game, there's nothing better than somebody literally handing you a checklist of things to do. maybe you don't like following guides and you'll just like look at the list and try and figure it out yourself. But I even learned things about old school RuneScape when I play old school RuneScape leagues. There's areas of the game that maybe you've locked yourself to an area that you don't normally go to. You learn about that area. You get familiar with it. You learn the ins and outs, the best ways to get around, the best teleportation methods. Everybody who played leagues at least 2 years ago, who picked some formation of like Karen and the leprechaun thing, was intimately familiar with the Vineyard Bank. Nobody goes to the Vineyard Bank in Hosidius anymore, except the thousands of people who picked that combination and they banked there every single day. So you get familiar with tiny pockets of the game that you may not have been before. And I think that would be a fun to do in a game that we know nothing about. That would be like one that comes to mind is, has anybody ever chopped the tree in Lumbridge in the potato field, like outside of a league? I doubt it. But you bet your ass there's going to be a line of people wanting to do it the first day of leagues. Has anybody lined up to kill the lesser demon in the Wizard's Tower? Probably not. But in leagues they do. So you get these fun little like subcultural moments within the game. And we've never had a league in RuneScape 3. So it'll be the first time that happens. And it's going to be very much dictated probably by the people who play RS3 on the regular, of like what becomes, what the metas are, and like what relics people think are strong. It's going to be completely different. Maybe like the agility boots don't matter because agility is a passive thing in RuneScape 3. Maybe there are certain skills that you don't really like need a super strong relic for in a RuneScape 3 league, where you would care about it in an old school league. So breaking up that monotony of the same feeling league every single year, I think it's one of the selling points for me, at least. Because I've always, in the back of my head, I've really had this like longing and desire to go and max the account that I started when I was a kid and just pick it back up and just get whatever the total level is now, to kind of put put an ending to that chapter of that account and that part of my childhood, and be like, yeah, I finished it. I did it. I maxed the account that I started when I was however old, 13 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just never been a thing. Like I've never had, I've not had the time. I've not had the ambition, the will, but it's a lingering thing. So maybe after this league is over in November, end of middle of November, I'll have like experienced enough of RS3 to feel confident to go into either a fresh account and try and max it, a group Ironman and play it, or maybe even just spend some time on my childhood account and see how far I can get on there.
So I don't know how to put this eloquently, so I'm just going to say it. You guys understand that this league is for old school players, right? Think about it that way. The league is for old school players. There are a population of RS3 players who are going to lose their minds about this league because it's fun, right? I would bet those same RS3 players also play old school leagues. I would bet they come over and they play old school leagues because they can play it on a different account, or they play it on their main, because your main account works with both, right? That's another thing. It's designed to be played. This game is designed to be played AFK. So I know a good portion of you have an alternate account. A good portion of you have an alt, have an Iron Man, have a GIM. A good portion of you could very easily AFK another account on the side, or use your side account to play RS3 leagues while you're working on something on whatever main account that you're playing. I say this is for OSRS players as well as RS3 players. Like, it's with us in design, right? Because again, I don't know how to put this. The RS3 population is minuscule compared to OSRS, right? The devs know that. And they want to pull enough people from OSRS over to RS3 as they can for leagues, because leagues usually is when we hit peak concurrent player count. It also means people are bonding up. People bond up and spend money. They buy membership. Leagues is a moneymaker for Jagex. And there's no doubt about that. You know, I would think, because there's quite a bit of sentiment within the recording booth chat at the moment is basically like, I could sum it up with what JX Riot said, is like, we could do this, or we could just play the game that we love. You could, right? In full transparency, am I gonna go balls to the wall for RS3 leagues? Absolutely not. No, I'll probably play it for a week or two and go, nice, that was a good time. I'm not gonna like compete for like Dragon Cup, but just give it a go, right? This league, I think if we all collectively go into this with the understanding that the league is for OSRS players just as it is as much for RS3 players, if not arguably more so for OSRS players, and we're all Iron Men, a system that we're all familiar with. The tasks that guide, like, yes, they make you interact with fun little stupid parts of the game, but it's all the same thing. 3 words. Number go up. Everybody knows, everybody can speak that language, regardless of what game or game mode you play. Everybody knows number go up. And number go up, which means league point go up. Right? I just pulled up to Sears Village and some guy said, that fit looks like you're about to go on a grinder date. And I think he's talking to this other guy, but he may also be talking to me. So thanks, 7 Allented. Carandia says, isn't my job to try to save RS3? We're not trying to save RS3. We're just trying to have fun with new shit. You know? We are trying to have fun with new things. I had another thought that I may remember later, but honestly, getting told my outfit looks like I'm going on a grinder date has totally thrown off my groove, just like the Emperor. So I am honestly going to switch us over to, like, what do you want to see in an RS3 league, Michael? What do you know about RS3? What do you want to see in an RS3 league?
I haven't really thought about it. Like, I try to go into most new things with like little to no expectations. So whenever it comes to like theory crafting, sure, there's like, I could think about like, okay, once they tell us what the relics are, and maybe if it's area locked, I can start to theory craft. But I don't know, man. Like, I'm just thinking about all of the bosses that they have that are different. There's like several different tiers of God Wars to experience. All the quests potentially that are like maybe a little bit different, but maybe the same, and then also continued, because that's also a big part of leagues, is like doing quests to unlock content. But
or you mean
new
quests?
Content?
You mean unlocking things to specifically not do quests? What?
That's true. That has been part of leagues. But I mean, like, there are certain things that you want to do in a league. Like, if you have the area, doing waterfall quests during a league is hella XP, because the quest rewards are also boosted. So sometimes you want to do the quest to get the XP to skip, certain parts of the grind.
The recording booth chat, our regulars in the recording booth chat are lighting us up live on the show for talking about RS3. This is going to be our lowest viewed episode ever. This is going to be great. What I frankly want, like, again, I don't know a goddamn thing about RS3, right? What I want to see out of this RS3 league, because I don't know anything about it, what's been the least popular league?
I would say Shattered Relics.
Why?
Because you could go anywhere.
You could go anywhere. Shattered Relics, one of my biggest complaints from Shattered Relics was that it was just fast Iron Man mode. It was just fast Iron Man mode, and it felt really bad. There were no real restrictions. All you were doing was getting power buffed, and you had to micromanage this fucking relic system that didn't feel great because the menus weren't super intuitive. And like some of the relics were locked behind items that were like awkward to get. you know, like the war blessing. I never got a war blessing, by the way. I was pissed about that. I never got my war blessing. But it was not great, especially coming off of Trailblazer and then going into Trailblazer Reloaded to have Twisted, Trailblazer, Shattered Relics, Trailblazer Reloaded, and then honestly, Raging Echoes, despite being a little skeptical about the we're going to region lock everything forever, was a remarkable experience. I want it to be like Shattered Relics because I think it will be good to have old school players experience RS3 like that. Does
Where
that make sense?
the entire map is available.
The entire map is available. You don't have to choose region locks. Like, imagine you go into old school, you have absolutely no idea what to pick. And you, like, especially for something like Trailblazer, the original Trailblazer League, right? You load up the original Trailblazer League from 2021, whenever it was, and you pick desert because you think deserts are cool. You pick Fremennik because you think Vikings are cool, and you think wilderness, and you pick wilderness because you want to kill people, and that sounds super cool. That's a dog shit combination.
Yeah,
That's
terrible.
especially in the first Trailblazer League. Honestly, with the second Trailblazer Reloaded, the addition of TOA, obviously in future leagues, right? That is like a lot of people probably pick that desert, wilderness, Fremennik in the last league. That's not an unviable thing.
Mhm.
But I don't think they should area restrict it because people aren't going to know. And if they do know, a majority of old school players, it's not going to make any sense to. You could show me the best weapon in the game. I have no context for what it is or what it does. But I think giving us the ability to play with sped up XP rates and the same ability to like finish quests. No need to do them. No need to do them. Just finish them, unlock them.
Yeah, I agree. Like having a region, having to pick regions sounds daunting. And like if they follow the same format where you only get 3, that's even more daunting because I feel like RuneScape 3 is so much more expanded with all of the different areas that you have, and there's like different planes of existence even. So then what do you just give us more regions at that point? Do they say you have 5? Do you have 4? And if you're giving us more, is it going to make sense to even lock it at that point? Because that's what I worry about. They said that leagues moving forward will be area locked
in old school.
But did they say, okay, well, yeah, but did they say that with just old school in mind?
There was, when they made that announcement, there was no such thing as an RS3 League.
They had to have been conceptualizing it at that point. Like, this isn't something that Jagex woke up yesterday and said.
They didn't announce it at the old school summit. The only reason why most of the old school population is aware that there is an RS3 League is because we saw that shit at RuneFest.
That's true.
That is 100% why all of the Vampirium shit coming to RS3, all of the work on, were they working on a new skill or like new skilling activities or something like that? All of
I think
that
they were skill expansions.
Genuinely is just because we saw that shit at RuneFest. Like, it's a totally different game. I think if they go the Shattered Relics route, make it fast Iron Man mode, and honestly, this might be a hot take, right? Add a Sage's Renown-esque system. RS3 players are very used to navigating multiple currencies to make their game work because that's what happens in a heavily monetized MMO. You have currencies to buy currencies to buy currencies to buy items. If you add something like Sage's Renown that allows you to skip some quests for the same unlocks but without the XP. I don't think unlocking bosses is a good call. I would mainly use it to unlock things like quests, diaries, unlock like teleport locations in RS3, unlock Reaper tasks if those need to be unlocked. I have not the foggiest clue. I don't play RS3. But I think implementing some sort of system like that could be helpful for this league. I don't think region locking is a good decision. Region locking does make for a lot of fun. It really does. But as an old school player, I want you guys listening to think, if I went into a new MMO or a new video game and they said, all right, pick 3 to 5 regions. Pick 3 to 5 regions, you have no idea what they do. I don't know if that'd make a very good gameplay loop.
I would be interested to see if they would like take one of the worst experiences we've had in a league. I say worst. Like the Shadow Relics League wasn't bad. But I would be interested to
relative to the rest of the league's experiences that we've had, Shattered Relics was bad.
Well then yeah, so that even solidifies my thought. It's like, would they try and base the very first RS3 leagues off of the worst OSRS League? Probably not.
I mean, like
probably not.
Probably not.
They've learned from their mistakes.
Probably not. I think the question that I would ask is, why was the league so bad? Why was the league so bad in Shattered Relics? Because it wasn't well optimized for old school, I don't think. I think the league was bad for Shattered Relics because they overtuned the Sage's Renown. They overtuned Sage's Renown, and then they gave out the Renown stimmy, took all of the challenge away instantly, and then just said, all right, go. And then didn't they give us extra time? Was that Shattered Relics or was that Trailblazer? Which league was it where they were like, hey, here's 2 additional weeks to the league?
Good question. I think it might have been the Shadow Relics one.
It drug on and on for so long. Like, I think the way they did it in old school was bad. So, like, yes, not a good game format for old school RuneScape, but RuneScape is built around players being able to move quickly. Like Necromancy, from what I've seen, Josh Strife Hayes released a video a couple months ago where he plays, it's like a 3-hour video where he just plays through a shitload of OS or RS3. Necromancy is a dramatic change to the combat system. Like Necromancy basically makes the other 3 combat styles null and void. It doesn't even matter. Like, is it weak to magic and you have a range set? Who cares? Use Necromancy. You'll kill it. It doesn't matter. So it's a game that isn't afraid of the same kind of vertical power creep that we are, and as such has been moving quicker and quicker for years, right? Skills go up to 120. 120, level 120 for your guys' is
150 reference. What is that? Like 150 XP, 150 mil or something?
Level 120, level 99 is 13 million XP. 120 is 104.2 million XP.
Okay, so it's closer to 100. Yeah.
Like that is a ton of time, right? So there's a lot of ways to make you go quicker. If it is a Shattered Relics-esque league where you are expected to get to 120 for a league's task, I feel like that makes more sense. If it becomes fast Iron Man mode with a bunch of god perks, I feel like that works for the first RS3 League. Because that's what the game is tuned around, moving a lot quicker and being a lot more AFK for training, right?
Yeah. You bring up a good point about the skills, because the fact that you get so much XP in a league, like, it's not unheard of for people to get hundreds of millions of XP in multiple skills. But all of the fun stops at 99. In RS3 leagues, you get those hundreds of million XP, probably even quicker. And then you still have more things to unlock. 120 Slayer, I'm pretty sure is a thing, or 110. Like, you're training Slayer past 99. You've still got things to do, things to experience, things to go for. I would not be surprised if they had 200 mil as a league task for RS3. Like they don't want to do it for OSRs because sure, that's like can be considered unhealthy.
That is unhealthy for old school.
Because there's no reason. Like once you hit 13 million, the point of the skill is done. You've maxed it out. But at least with some of the skills in RS3, they go above 99. Some are at 110, some are at 120. So there's a lot more to do past that initial threshold of 99, which is exciting. Like there's a reason to keep training. There's a reason to keep going. There's like 5 or 6 new skills that we don't even have. And you're going to be able to train them fast and get through the content and like experience those in a short burst. I may be like way too optimistic, but this is a genuine, like I'm genuinely optimistic about this. I'm with Oxie in the sense that like I don't think I'll play this entire time from September to November. I probably won't do that unless I've just had this secret side of me that hasn't been unlocked yet that loves RS3.
Has yearned for the number go up for years.
Yeah. This might be my sexual awakening to RS3.
That is one of the worst terms you could have used to describe that, but okay.
But my plan is to do it for a couple of weeks and try it out. The sucky part is I also have another work trip that I'll be leaving on the 15th of September, and I won't get back until like the 19th or 20th. So I'm going to miss the entire first week, which really sucks. I mean, generally when the most hype happens and
you could just play it in the hotel. Bring your laptop and play it in the hotel room.
That's true. I'm just going to ignore my coworkers and not hang out with anybody, you know? But
what else is new, you know?
What else is new?
It's leagues, baby. It's leagues, baby. You didn't think you'd hear me say that this year. Leagues, baby.
I would do that for an OSRS
say that
League.
with as much optimism as I possibly can. It's leagues, baby. We're trying our best. It's going to be fun. Another master scroll box. God damn it.
Anyway, I think that's a good place to leave it. Like I said, we'll probably We'll probably end up talking about this again. Oxie's probably right though. If you guys hate this, I'm sorry. We had to get it out there. You know, like we're gonna let you know. So sound off in the comments what you guys think about the new league that's coming out for RS3, and we'll read it.
Normally we would talk more about the themes and the relics and the fun shit about leagues, right? The really juicy stuff that people like hearing about. At the time of recording, again, about 10:15 on Sunday, right? There's no info. There's a trailer that kind of showcases a theme, right? It looks like you might get a new armor set. I think relics are going to be obviously a thing in the league.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't really say much about the league. Like it doesn't really, like, if we go back and watch like the Shattered or the not Shattered Relics. I mean, Shattered Relics did have a fucking sick trailer, but Raging Echoes League, like those trailers where they had all the characters in the different regions, and you know, the one dude in Torvo and Soul Heritage jumps down behind him. Like it was fucking sick. Like this is region locked, and we know that, and this is how they're representing it. The trailer for that isn't really. I didn't really see that in the trailer. Maybe it's because I don't know the game well enough, but I didn't really see that. And there is no news. There genuinely is no news. It's not like an OSRS League. At the moment, they have released, to our knowledge, no teasers, no thing, you know, no little fun videos on Twitter. There's no news post. The news post genuinely is like 2 paragraphs. It's like, welcome to the first league. League's Catalyst runs from September 15th to November 10th. Brand new limited time game mode where you'll experience RuneScape like never before. Explosive progression, overpowered relics, massive twists that completely transform the way you play. This included within your membership, no additional charge. If you want more details, join the Discord. Explosive progression, overpowered relics, and massive twists are just how Leagues is. Like that doesn't tell us anything about what's going on. So as much as we would love to talk about the theme, remember last year when we had Double Shine on?
Yeah.
And we like theory crafted what the new bosses could be, where we're like, dude, KBD's gonna fucking fly. It's gonna be crazy. Like,
yeah.
We really had a lot of fun with that episode.
And the weapon masteries?
Yeah, the weapon like we actually predicted something correctly for once. Holy shit. We can't do that yet. It's new. We wanted to touch on it. But unfortunately, in the way that you guys are used to for League's hype, RS3 hasn't delivered. I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign. I don't know if it'll be good. Maybe their marketing team could do a little bit more to get the word out. Maybe.
If we go back to the very first league,
never delivers.
If we go back to the first league, I feel like we had the same treatment. But it's weird to say that because like you would think that they would pull some of the predetermined like metas that they have. Like you would think that they would do the same things that they did for old school for this new RS3 League. Like give us a new trailer every day, or give us a new a relic teaser every day leading up to it.
It's like the
They
marketing.
might.
They
They
still
might.
have a marketing team that they could utilize. It's kind of weird that they're not in
Yeah.
the way that we're used to, but each their own, I guess.
Here's the two things I'll leave you with. At the end of the day, RuneScape 3 is a point and click MMO. It's like the base foundation of the game that we love is the same base foundation for that game. Okay? Think about that, chew on that, whatever you got to do. The second thing is the RuneScape 3 devs love their game just as much as the old school RuneScape devs love our game. So, that being said, they are going to pour their hearts and their passion into this league just like they do for old school. And I'm sure they're having lunchroom conversations about, hey, you guys do this. We've thought about doing this. What do you think? And like the old school devs are giving them tips and tricks. And maybe there is even old school devs working on this RS3 version of leagues and helping them theory craft different relics. And hell, RS3 devs probably played old school leagues too. So there's a lot of mixing and matching that's going to be going on. But just know they're really passionate about it. It's going to be good. If you play RS3 anyway, I'm excited for you. I'm very excited for you to have this experience. If you don't play RS3, give it a try. That's all we're saying. Just give it a try. So, with that, I'm going to send you guys to break. After the break, we'll come back with more community content focused around old school RuneScape. So, see you after this.
Hi there, my name is Farmer Grycolor, and this here's a tithe farm. Now this here's not your general type of farming that you see around other folks doing. My plants are special. Why? Because they grow real fast. Now if you're asking me, it is pretty simple. Plant, water, and pick. Now this isn't all just for fun, no. I've got a little shop that my granddaughter helped me set up. Okay, well I do gotta be honest with you, I don't take gold pieces. My shop only accepts points that get awarded by yours truly. You get points each time you bring in a harvest, so I'll be keeping track for you. Now, just to rattle off a couple things that might interest you, I've got an herb sack, a little box to put all your seeds and such, and one of the best outfits. I call it the farmer's outfit. Oh, and I have a service too, where I can send folks out to take care of all your weeds. Woohoo! That one's my favorite, and I sure do hate pulling weeds. It hurts my back. Come on down to the tithe farm and give it a try, and I'm sure you'll have some fun.
Welcome back. You're still here. Hope you enjoyed that commercial break because I know that I sure did. It's now time that we
Talk
back
about
to...
RS3 again, baby. Let's go. Woo!
It's time that we get back to form, and we thank our patrons who support us on Patreon. So this week we have a new Wise Old Man patron, and that is Yixie, who's joining us in the booth today for the first time. This is a hell of a first recording booth experience. That's a quote from Yixie themselves. So welcome, Yixie. Hello.
Don't let it seem like they were so disparaged. They came to our Patreon stream on Friday and hung out the whole time.
That's so true. That's so true. Thank you for showing
got
up.
my eye on
Appreciate you. Thank you. On the screen now is the rest of our Wise Old Man patrons. Thank you so much to all of you. You are wonderful. You are lovely. No one's told you today you are beautiful. I love you. Thank you to all of our Wise Old Man patrons for supporting us at the recording booth tier, because that is the best perk of the tier is the recording booth. The chance to, I don't know, like just some of the most unhinged things can happen. We took the whole break and had another podcast, basically. Some would say we should have talked about that instead of what we just talked about. So you want to get if you want to be part of that action, join at the Wise Old Man tier and hang out with us in the recording booth for all the fun times. You get to like, you know, it basically is like a private Twitch chat, because I have the recording booth pulled up Oxie has the recording booth pulled up. We read every single thing, almost all of it. I was kind of tuning you guys out a little bit during this episode because Tiki was on a bit. You know, he was just going at us. So that is the Wise Old Man tier. Thank you so much again from the bottom of our heart for all of your support. Up next, we have the KBD tier. They are the next tier we're going to shout out in the lineup here. And we love you guys too. You are beautiful as well. You are gorgeous. You are handsome. You are strong. And I love you for supporting us at the KBD tier. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. So starting at the top, big shout out to you, 2 to Fly, 6 Dixon Cider, Brooke 70, Oxie's dad, my dad, all of our dad, my dad, Cloud Kicker, Crash Out Jack, who now has a noxious halberd, Dr. Muffin PhD, who is back. Welcome back, Dr. Muffin. Elite Oreo Dunker, our third favorite Patreon supporter, Ralph, Run Metal 15, Ryan M, Rylithian, Sparky Life, and the Big G Jordy. Thank you again to all of our ABD patrons. You guys are amazing. OG shout out tier, OG biggest baddest tier for the shout outs. But there's a new kid on the block. There has been for a while, actually.
Is it
And that
new?
is-
It's been like a year.
Sometimes I just want to say things and not get interrupted.
Well, you don't get that. You don't get that privilege around here. Not when I'm around, you don't.
That is the Jad tier, the big bad Jads. We love you so much. More love, more love. You are very beautiful. You are like exceedingly handsome, and we love you so much for all of your support. So, big thank you, big shout out to all of our Jad tier patrons, but specifically starting at the top, Captain Crash, Flood Day, Here to Pleasure Oxy 666.
Hey, yo.
This is getting intimate. Kyrandia, Mithril Fork, Petite River, Rain Falls Red, Soggy Waffles, the S tier Deviled Egg, and Wolosnik. That is our Jad tier, folks, and they are the best. All the love to the Jad tier, folks. Thank you so much. If you want to join these folks in supporting our show, you can head on over to patreon.com/Xpwaste, where we have 2 more tiers that we did not talk about available to you to join. You get access to a lot of different things. If you're in the Party Pete tier, you get access to our monthly Patreon stream, the occasional giveaway, the Gnome Children, the Gnome Child tier doesn't get much, but they do get an exclusive channel maybe. I guess you get access to the Fun Questions channel in Discord in the patrons chat. So join at that tier if you'd like and connect your Discord. And you can do so again at patreon.com/XPWaste. That is the Patreon. Thank you so much. Moving on over now to our community question, where 2 weeks ago, we asked you guys, what tier list should XPWaste do next? You guys did not disappoint. There are some good ones in here. I'm going to start on Spotify today, and I'm going to try and pick out all of the community question answers, starting with Blastoise says, I think we need a tier list of Michael's names that he's mispronounced. I think this is funny because when I originally read this, it says, I think we should have a tier list of Michael's names that he has mass pronounced, but he edited it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he did that on purpose so that I would throw me off. But it didn't.
Sounds like
because
you
I
read it incorrectly. I don't know. Sounds like you read it
didn't.
as
I
mass
literally
pronounced.
Didn't. Okay. This one is not an answer, but I just wanted to read it. Kurt says, if Michael has no haters, it's because I'm dead. And that's for the Mean Tweets episode. But he says, I got to say something nice as well. Michael does an incredible job at editing these episodes. And he provides great dynamic. The show wouldn't be nearly as good without the contrast and perspective that he provides. I love you, Michael, but also I will always be your biggest hater. Let's go, Kurt. Thank you so much. That was a boost to the ego that I needed after this dreadful week of COVID. It's been great. So thank you so much. Next up, though, Petty Pupper says, I love the idea of the ornament kit tier list. As someone who loves useful fashionscape, I think it would be really fun. I think there are enough ornament kits that we definitely could do a tier list. Like, write that down. Write that down. Abaddon says, did I say that right? Abaddon? I think I didn't.
I think it's pronounced abandon.
Oh yeah, Abandon says something. Michael, why'd you put a comma? Something Michael should be intimately knowledgeable upon. Most creative scams tier list for the trimming of armor to the good old rune to Addy swap. I don't know if there's that many creative scams, but
I think
you could look up in the archives.
He's calling you a scammer.
No, I'm not.
You've said you've scammed people before.
It was one time. Next up, Diesel Daddy says, do a tier list for the boss soundtracks. I'm a whore for the OSRS sound font. I need to tell my girlfriend that a Masket's Promise does not get skipped in the car. Hell yeah.
Here's the deal. You cannot put a Masket's Promise on for a filthy casual or, God forbid, a normie who doesn't play OSRS if it's not the heavy metal remix from Battle Axes and Ballads. Because that version absolutely bangs, and she might like that version. But you put the old school sound font in there for someone who's never played, then it's just do. That's not good listening music. You got to put the heavy metal remix on for just that. You can put other good music. There's other good old school music to play. You get her into that, and you get her into the rest of that album. Then you go, you want to hear what these sound like for real in the game? Then she gets hooked on old school music. Then you can listen to whatever you want. Easy.
But a soundtrack tier list might be tough. Because we'd have to listen to them and then rank them. And that doesn't bode well for.
It's not. The tough part about it isn't listening to them. It's choosing which ones we'd want to pick, because there are currently 809 music tracks in the game.
Yeah, that's a lot. We could do it by region, but again, that's a lot.
It'd probably be like boss themes is realistically what we could do.
True.
Like, we could do a tier list of boss theme music. That would actually fuck so hard. It'd be a long episode, because it'd be 6 tracks for Tob. There'd be 6 or 5 tracks for TOA. It'd be 3 tracks for Chambers. There'd be basically, how many pets are there in the game? However many
53?
pets.
53?
It's like 60 something at this point, I feel like.
Oh, really?
Yeah. All pets, 65. Wow. There's probably at least, that's probably a 60 item tier list with all the raid soundtracks and all the boss soundtracks. Yeah. That'd be.
Brian M says that'll be the famed 5-hour episode. If we're doing any tier list that's going to be that long, it's going to be 2 episodes. We're going to milk it.
I don't know.
It's always going to be 2 parts, baby.
I don't know if milking is going to be the best idea for that.
Most of the time when we do a tier list and it gets long, we're like, hey guys, next episode we'll finish this off. But I have to get through these community question answers. So next up, Diesel Time says, I would love to see an admin tier list. I want to see some people throwing hands. Are you talking about like TNL admins? Because there's a lot of them. And I think it would be kind of funny to rank all of our chat mod and up folks on a tier list. But what's the criteria? I don't know. Fizzman15 says, I really love that mean tweets tier list. You guys cop so much silly shade, and I'd love to laugh at it with you. Otherwise,
put it on the mispronunciation tier list. I have Michael covered because I'm doing Achievement of the Week, but I guarantee you he looks pissed.
Otherwise, get meta and do an Xpwaste episode tier list. Interesting. That's another, we'd have to do eras because we have 207 episodes. You can't, that'd be so long. The most we've done is probably the pets tier list. I think we did a pets tier list, and that was a lot because at that point there was 50 something. I mean, even the Thanksgiving ones are long, but 200 episodes? Next up, though, Maverick says, tier list of all the RuneScape scams and how likely you are to fall for them. It'll give some awareness to new players and just be a funny topic. Oh, that could be fun. So an S tier is you're I'm never falling for this. And then the F tier is that's so dumb. How could you fall for that? I kind of like the concept. Next up, Jacob says, tier list of all the in-game memories to players who have made some great achievements or who we have lost. Oh, S tier, the old knight. R.I.P. King. Dinosaur says, how about a tier list of the years of OSRS since release? I think it'd be interesting to lay everything out on the table and go through every year since 2013, comparing the years to each other, as well as touching on the good and the bad and the mid/underwhelming stuff. That would be kind of interesting.
2021 would be down there, let me tell you.
Yeah, holy.
Was it 2021 or 2020? What year did we get like Fazani's Nightmare and that's basically it? We were in such a bad content lull following COVID. It was rough for a little while, but a whale.
It was either 2021 or 22. I can't remember. Next up, though, Rune says a wise old man tier list. Now, does he mean the people in the wise old man Patreon?
Yeah, which is pretty funny.
Okay. Yes, he does. He just answered it live on the podcast. Okay, Rune, I see you. Rune F tier. Anyway, TB Craven says a tier list of minigames would be nice. Also, a tier list of content that you were interested in, but it failed to make it into the game. Love the show, you guys. That's so bad for me because, like, the steel trap up here, I got everything in there, but it's all filed away. So as soon as something doesn't make it into the game, I completely forget about it. So you'd have to like compile a list for me of interesting things, and then I have to choose. Oh, I forgot to read Fizzman. He said something about, the mean tweets. He also said, going back up to Fizzman's comment, he said, also, I want to complain that my favorite fencing podcast only lasted 8 minutes before it started talking about a different game.
Sorry, guys. Sometimes that's how it shakes out.
Speaking of that, Alacost says, here for the fencing content. There's at least 2 people, Oxie. There's 2 of them.
What? Listen, everybody is so up in arms when I don't talk about old school. I talk about my IRL life. I do cool shit, you guys. I have a bit of an ad-libbed life that I have lived. So it's neat.
Yeah. He loves it. It's his whole life. He's married to it. And finally, on Spotify, this is a bit of a controversial one. I get where you're coming from.
I don't.
Oxie's just.
I can't wait. Read it.
Like, it's not a funny joke, but I get where you're coming from. So Alvin says, make a races tier list like humans, dogs, dragons, goblins, gnomes. We need more racism in OSRS.
All right, hold on. What was that name again?
Alvin.
Will you cut out one more time?
Alvin.
How do you spell that name?
Alvin.
All right, Alvin. Everybody say it with me. Loser. Fucking loser.
See, that's where it's like
bringing racism into my Xpwaste chat. Fucking loser. I don't care if you're making a joke. Have better material. Fucking loser.
Yeah, I don't know.
Michael's like, I don't know if we should read that one. I'm like, read it so I can call him a fucking loser in my show. It's going in the F tier, the mean tweets list, by the way.
Anyway, moving on to YouTube. We asked you guys the same question. What tier list should Xpwaste do next? We got a plethora of sorry, the first one got me. We have a plethora of them here on YouTube. So Chloe says a Halloween candy tier list. That's the one that got me right off the bat.
Hold on. There's only one. Look, Halloween candy is a banger. I think that's absolutely a great idea for a tier list. I need to know.
We can do that around Halloween.
I need to wait because the fight needs to be authentic. I can't ask him the question I'm going to ask him. The fight needs to be authentic. Never mind.
We'll save
Sorry.
it. We'll save it. Next up, Spencer says a Labor Day dinner tier list. You guys are getting really specific. The first 2 on YouTube. Halloween candy and Labor Day dinner? What? Oh my gosh. Anyway. Kevin, bringing us back to RuneScape, says a minigames tier list. Very nice. It's not outside of the realm of possibilities.
Of the ones we've been suggested, that probably makes the most sense.
Yeah, that's probably the easiest one to do. Next up, Saradoman992 says, as a PVM player's comfy seat, can we get a boss mechanics tier list?
Ooh, that won't be fun.
Yeah. It'd be kind of interesting. Because, like, what is a mechanic? Like, they pray overhead prayers is a mechanic. Not all
Mhm.
bosses do that. Do you think that's cool? Anyway, this next one, this is just like thematic out the ass, okay? Moose says, a blind RS3 boss tier list. We just get the picture, no name, no description, and we just have to rank it based on how it looks.
I actually kind of love that.
That would
I
be
think that is
hilarious.
a hilarious idea, especially to follow up this episode, which will,
Margaret
I
says
swear
it's
to
a heater
God,
of an
be-
idea.
Yeah, it'll be the worst episode in our catalog.
Listen,
I would love that.
we didn't think of it, so we can just blame Moose whenever that happens. But Fizzman15 says, I remembered another answer. Okay, Fizzman also showing up on YouTube. I remembered another list. I remembered another answer for the tier list. Do a tier list of all the best quests to finish your quest cape on. Oh, because there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. We could have a good list there. Schmidtstain, one of my favorite names on YouTube, says a Red Dead 2 characters. Also, Oxie, the forfeit if Michael gets Radiant Oathplate should be that you have to chop your own arm off because it will never happen. Huh? I didn't read that one before I read that. Huh? How rude. Also, somebody in Spotify, I didn't call this out, but now that it's relevant, Kim Jong-un, I think that's his name. Kim
Jesus
Jong-un.
Christ.
It's G-I-M. Jim.
I
John
get it, but like Jesus Christ, you guys.
Jim Jong-un says, if Michael gets Radiant, I'll vote blue the rest of my life. Well, I have to.
Should vote blue
Oxie will be a
anyway.
one-armed saber fencer, and this guy will vote blue the rest
Nah,
of his
dude,
life.
I'll get a metal arm and parafencing. I'm pretty sick.
Okay.
I can give right
Moving
wingers the middle
on.
finger. I can give right wingers the middle finger with my metal arm.
Next up, 4Names username says a league's regions tier list. Ooh. There's only what, like 6, 7? So it'd be a short episode. We'd have
But
to
it never
really.
had, never
we'd
had
have-
to be. It wouldn't have to be a long one. It just had to be an episode.
We'd have to. I feel like we could do for all the short ones. Like, there's not that many mini games, so we could do like this is the tier list of tier
Michael.
list episodes.
There's not that many mini games. Just looking at the collection along, Barbarian Assault, Brimhaven, Agility Arena, Castle Wars, Fishing Trawler, Giants Founding, Gnome Restaurant, Guardians of the Rift, House of Poker, Last Man Standing, Magic Training Arena, Mahogany Homes, Mastering Mythology, Pest Control, Rogue's Den, Shades of Morton, Soul Wars, Temple Checking, Tithe Farm, Trouble Brewing, Veil Totems, Volcanic Mine, Guardians of the Rift, and then honestly, we realistically could count Temporos and Wintertide in there too because they are not actually fucking things, as well as Bounty Hunter. Could put Bounty Hunter in there as well as
First of
PvP
all,
Arena.
Volcanic Mine is not a mini game. That's a skilling activity. So there's a difference.
Do me a
Just
favor.
because it's in the mini game section of the collection log doesn't mean it's a mini game.
That's
And
crazy because that's crazy. No, that's crazy
Nuh-uh.
because every time I say the Phoenix is a
No.
skilling pad, every time I say the Phoenix is a fucking skilling pad, you say, Oxie, go to the collection log and go to Wintertide. What category is it under? Is it
Listen.
under the skilling pets or is it under
Winterdot is a
Wintertide?
boss. It's on the high scores as the boss. It's not a skilling pet. Just because it says it's a mini game. What, like, okay,
Just
You have
because it
points.
says it's a boss
It's a
doesn't
skilling
mean it's
activity.
not a fucking skilling mini game.
okay, is the lava and the rock a boss? No. It's a skilling activity.
Yeah,
Moving on.
So is Wintertide.
Cool Chuck Corey says
Holy
a chill games
shit.
activity
I
tier
can't.
list.
Oh, we're pushing the beds apart. God damn.
We've already done this. A chill games activity. We've done this. It's called
We have
the Xpwaste AFK or whatever, the chill skill whatever. What do we call that? It's in our top 10. The chill skilling tier list.
tier list or something. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's literally called the chill skilling tier list. So we've done it. Cool, Chuck Corey. Thank you for your suggestion. Next up, Duke Thunder says a weapons tier list. I hate to break it to you, Duke. We've done that one too. That's our number one episode, baby. The Xpwaste weapons tier. I mean, if you don't count the one that blew up, this is authentically the Xpwaste weapons tier list is authentically our best episode, besides the one that went viral. So it has 14,500 streams on Spotify.
Virality isn't a fluke, baby.
Yeah, it is. And finally, for community question on YouTube, Ben says a tier list of weapons, which we've done, or of the worst quests to do, because there are some bad ones.
We put F tier at the top.
Yes. That would be hilarious, actually.
That'd be good.
Holy.
Worst quest
do
would be
it.
a good tier list for sure.
Okay. That is the community question. That was fun. I think there's a lot of great content ideas in there. So thank you guys for, feeding us content to do in the future. We shall do it. At least some of them. I really think that the Halloween candy around Halloween could be fun.
It could be really
But
fun.
what is a Labor Day dinner? And why does it have to be a tier list?
Maybe it's something from a different country we just don't understand.
Maybe. But that's going to do it for the community question. Thank you so much to everyone who answered it. If you want to answer this week's question, it will be, are you excited to play RS3 League?
I was going to say, tread carefully, Michael. Tread carefully, Michael.
No, I think Tiki had a really great question. And I think the question really is, if you could put a league style game mode into another game, what would be the game and how would you implement it? You can answer that question on the comment section on Spotify or under the pinned comment of this YouTube video. Moving on over now to Achievement of the Week with Oxie.
What up? That was a hell of an intro, by the way. We don't ever get those kinds of transitions, and I kind of dig that one. I really do. It's Achievement of the Week time, folks. We're here. We're talking about Achievement of the Week. We've got 2 weeks worth of achievements, so it's a little bit of a heftier week, but we got some good ones in here. So we're going to actually start things off with the combat category. Really just, throw caution to the wind and start with combat. Kicking us off, Zabfin got their first fire cape. Congratulations, Zabfin. Huge achievement. Speaking of first, both Shu and our boy Swole killed Gauntlet for the first time. Still waiting to see if Swole got the corrupted Gauntlet, but all things in due time, Swole. All things in due time. Additionally, Tom killed Zulra for the first time, and Voltoro killed the corrupted Gauntlet for the first time. Birdfan Mac, young Mac, someone who used to antagonize me in this Discord very playfully. It was a lot of fun when young Mac antagonized me quite a bit, but young Mac got easy combat achievements. I remember you, Birdfan Mac. Yeah, you're not new to me. I remember you. Egg FE got their Missouri kit. I think they did the solo Missouri kit, so maybe it's on a different account. Either way, Rock Arm Man got their quiver. Promptly added me about it. Thanks. Sam Wilkie achieved Blood Torva, which looks pretty sick, as always. And both Infamous Boy and Ryukason achieved their first Infernal Capes. Congratulations. Infamous Boy, I believe, actually took one less run than me to get his Infernal Cape, which big ups to you, dog. 111 is a slog. It took me 112. Holy shit, it's rough. But you did it. You're done. You and Ryukason, you guys can just play the game. You don't ever have to worry about having anything that difficult pop up again. That's the combat achievement section. Moving on over to the miscellaneous section, we have 4 quest capes this week with Apparent Air, Bone Man Dan, Barrington, and Brokey. All got their quest capes for the first time. I would like to see statistically in TNL, I want to see what quest in TNL is the most popular to get your quest cape on. Tiki, run the numbers for me, baby girl. Moving on over to other important capes in the miscellaneous section, One Tick Beers and my boy Soggy Waffles achieved their diary capes this week, and Def Not Ruben achieved their music cape this week. A cape that I can't fucking use because I still haven't finished the Varlam War quests. So you can teleport with the achievement diary cape, but you can't teleport with the music cape. I don't understand. And frankly, can I still teleport with my mounted quest cape? If I can, I'm going to be pissed. I can't teleport with my mounted quest cape. So at least it's consistent and fair. It makes sense because I've already done all the diaries. I'm just going to go off on a rant for no reason. Congratulations, Ruben. Some other fun miscellaneous achievements this week. Ian 1AN got Rune Collection Log. 1,100 slots for the Rune Clog. Pretty impressive. I'm pushing for Mithril myself with 900 on the main, and damn, it's going to take a lot. And finally, Buckley Boyo achieved 99 dad this week. Congratulations, my friend. Congratulations. Sorry, somebody got a Saradomin stole in the CC, and I had to respond in kind, but I responded late. So shout out to Mustard Frog, who got the Saradomin stole and then immediately responded to her own collection log with, but what did he steal? So that's how you know you're rubbing off on people. Like, unless some jokes never die. But seriously, what did he steal? Anyways, to wrap up this section of Achievement of the Week, we have the skilling category, which, shockingly enough, is the largest category because it literally always is. Whenever combat outdoes skilling, it's always a big day. But most of the time, skilling is the largest because skilling is usually easier to earn the achievements, if that makes sense. Not that 99s are easy. They're just more common. I'm getting ahead of myself. You guys are doing great. Let's kick it off here. CMAC achieved 99 attack. Mr. Microwave achieved 99 Herblore. Remac achieved 99 cooking, different than CMAC. This is Remac or remake. Who knows? Sudaloo achieved 99 mining, as did Forsaken V or Forsaken 5. After years, you'd think I remember which one it is, and for the life of me, I do not. But they both achieved 99 mining in the exact same TOA, I'm pretty sure. Vespolar achieved 99 hit points. B Daddy Casper achieved both 99 fishing and 99 attack. Beats by Steve achieved 99 magic, as did Andrew Will achieve 99 magic. Two to Fly achieved 99 attack. Dougie2 Fresh achieved 99 farming. I believe it's their first 99 in the Iron Man, possibly. Or
That's a great name, by the way.
Yeah, I think it's their first
Dougie2
99. I think it's their first 99 on the Iron Man. Not 100% sure. Zerniak achieved 99 construction, mining, and I put Zerniak for some reason, but I know it's not Zerniak. I'm fairly certain it's Herblore. It is Herblore because they got it during the show. So congratulations on getting 99 Zerniak. Zerniak, good job. The Pistachio Paladin achieved 99 attack, 99 strength, and 99 defense. Mike Tendo achieved 99 crafting. Santher5150 has been banned from the Discord for earning their first 99. P-Bods has achieved 99 woodcutting. Awful Dizzy has achieved 99 strength. Fishy Bun has achieved 99 slayer. Voltoro has achieved 99 farming. Monkey Bonana, a name I really like to say, has achieved 99 strength. Ja Dead, aka Ja Thief, aka Ja Robbery, aka But What Did Ja Steal, achieved 99 thieving. Bowmanator achieved 99 thieving and 99 construction. Jahoman achieved 99 strength. Oh, I'm an idiot and can't type because I tried to type Sinclair Mansion but typed in an achievement of the week and threw myself off. Jahoman's our last 99. Congratulations. Michael's making a face. You know what? I'm trying to multitask here and I'm doing fantastic, but I did get an Armadillo helmet stuff, so we're going to have to wait on this master clue here for at least a hot second. We have more skilling accomplishments, though. Both Mist Exile and Swamp Dragon achieved 2K total level this week, and we had 3 people who achieved a 2277 total level this week. You know their names from Achievement of the Week. You know their names from around TNL. One of them's actually got a double-double this week with this achievement. 2 substantial achievements in 1 week. Big shout-out to Bob Dole, one of our lead boss tutors, Fish, and Rock Arm Man for achieving 2277 total level and maxing their accounts. You guys, I always say you can finally play the game after the Inferno, but I know it's also a meme for maxing. Have fun. Play other video games. It's okay to feel burnt out after you're maxed. Please, please, for the love of God, don't start an Iron Man. Michael also DM'd me and said Moose maxed? Nuke Moose maxed and didn't post about it? The gall of this man to not post. The gall of Nuke Moose. I'm proud of the 3 of you, but I'm watching you, Nuke Moose.
You know what Nuke Moose did immediately? Made a group Iron Man called Nuked Moose.
God. Damn it, Moose. This is why we can't have nice things. Oh. Congratulations to all of you, I guess. Seriously, Maxscape was a lot of fun. You guys got it just in time with sailing coming out, so you get to experience the joys of having a Maxscape just to get that bitch ripped away from you. It's going to be so much fun. The last achievement this week, speaking of people you've heard before, every so often they do pop up on the Achievement of the Week section of the podcast. Furry Wall got their 6th 200 mil fire making. Congratulations, Furry Wall. You're moving along. You're climbing them ranks pretty quick. That's Achievement of the Week, folks. If you did something awesome and you want to tell us about it, head over to discord.gg/OSRSTNL and post about it in the Levels and Achievements chat. Post about literally anything. The most recent 3 posts are ZernieX99 Herblore, Jahoman's 99 Strength, and Spoon MN's 800 collection logs. The few posts before that are Ryukason's Infernal Cape, 99 Thieving, Max Price. Okay, maybe this isn't the best example to show that any achievement is actually an important achievement.
Jordy got 80 combat and his Dragon Defender.
Jordy got 80 combat. Oh, also Sibling got a shit ton of stuff too. He didn't post a picture. Sibling got 99 attack and 99 HP and 99 strength, and then also posted something in IRL stuff. Oh, he posted it. He posted the achievement in IRL stuff. That's the kicker. That's a great transition there, Mr. Sibling on the Iron Man. Post it in the Levels and Achievements chat so we see it and we can shout you guys out, because we want to shout you guys out because we think it is fun. Whatever achievements you guys get, we want to see them. We think they're fun. Let us know, right? And plus, we just have objectively the best RuneScape Discord in the world. I feel like the VCs have been a little sparse, and I feel like that's partially on us. But you know what? We press on. This is still the greatest RuneScape Discord in the world, and we'd love to have you in it. I think it's almost time to wrap up the show. But as we all know, we cannot end the Xpwaste podcast without a fun question. So, normally I would ask Michael, my friend, do you have a fun question for us this week? But I know he does, because the keen-eared listener would recall the banger of a question we got last week from Moist Sean about the dating apps in RuneScape. There is a sequel. There's another question from the very same Mr. Moist. Mr. Sean? Mr. Moist? Mr. Moist. Sure. Mr. Moist was his father. I hate that. Michael, what's the second question we have?
Fuck Greg Abbott. This question comes from Moist Sean. He says, would you rather would you rather be forced to start a new UIM every year, or get 500k agility XP every time you sneeze? What? I sneeze a lot.
I feel like the answer's gotta be UIM.
It's gotta be you.
Answer's gotta be UIM. There's no way. There's no way that you could feasibly get 500k XP every single time. Could you imagine? Could you fucking imagine? You wake up to some bad allergies. Some bad allergies. Achoo, 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 achoo. That's your whole weekend gone.
That's too. Yeah,
that's your whole weekend.
It stacks
gone.
up.
That's your whole weekend.
Yeah. Oh.
Out the window. You can't do anything fun. You get nothing fun. You get no enjoyable activities ever again because you have allergies. Could you imagine how horrible that would be? Does it end when you get 200 mil, do you think?
I don't think so. I think you just have to go and make another account and get, like, it's 500k. But no, you still can track your XP post 200 mil. You just don't gain anymore. But you could still put on an XP tracker.
All right, here's the deal. You're allowed 400 sneezes.
That's all it takes?
How many times? Hold on. How many times does a person...
I feel like I sneeze at least 4 times a year.
In a year. How
gotta
often
be at least
do normal
400.
people sneeze in a year? This is posted by NIH. How often do normal persons sneeze and blow the nose? Where are the results? I don't want to read the ad. Can the abstract tell me the results? I haven't done this in a hot minute. I gotta
This
read
is why
this.
we need
bitch
AI to parse
What?
through all these bullshit.
I'll kill you if you ever suggest that I use AI instead of looking up articles that I can read for free.
Articles
online.
are just the AI is just gonna read it for you.
I don't want it to read it for me because it's stupid. I don't need that because I am a literate person with multiple degrees who knows how to find an article from NIH and find it for free. I don't need no fucking AI. According to ResearchGate, it's the same publication. On average, normal person sneezes and blows their nose approximately 4 times a day. This is from Hansen and Meigind, 2002.
That's got to be regional.
What?
I'm thinking. I think I sneeze at least 400 times a year. A couple times a day. Maybe I go a day or two without it, but then I'm back to like 3 sneezes and then I'm back to once a day. You know, I have a condition, and I don't know if it's a condition so much as it's like something to do with my eye color. But when I go outside, after I've been inside and like I go into the bright sunlight, I sneeze like twice every single time without fail. It's got to be a thing. Jagex Riot says it's genetics.
Well, I'm just looking for the average person, and I can't see it off the rip. I'm gonna look for it later.
Brian M says if you think about it, farting is like sneezing, but out of your butt. That's so true.
Don't think it's the same thing.
It's like, he didn't say it's the same thing. He said it's similar. 2 things can exist at the same time.
The fact that Otis looked it up on his phone.
Oh,
and
I
the
have
first thing that
Achoo
popped
syndrome.
up is autosomal dominant
1460?
compelling heliopathic outburst syndrome. That's actually so funny. They named it Achoo syndrome. That's great.
That's like saying the fear of long words is hypodermonstrosis equidiliophobia. That's just cruel. That's cruel. The fear of long words being a long word is cruel. This is funny.
But it's funny.
Funny. Hello. So, yes, I'm thinking I'm going to make a new UIM every year.
I'm making a new.
Because that's a lot of agility.
If Otis's AI overview is correct, which again doesn't cite any of its sources, it says 1,460 sneezes per year. Otis said that calcs out to like 730 million ability XP a year.
A year.
That's
your full-time job.
horrendous. Yeah, that's
your full-time
horrendous.
job.
It's got to be UIM, right? It's got to be UIM.
Nothing is saying I have to get to the end game on this UIM. I just have to start a new one every year.
I was gonna say I'll start it and abandon that bitch on the same day. What do you mean?
Start January 1st. New
January
UIM.
1st. I'll play
January
UIM for
1st.
5 minutes.
Done with UIM.
Yeah, literally, I'm just gonna name them all J12025, J12026, J12027. It's gonna be my army of UIMs, army of free to play UIMs that I can use wherever I want.
They're calling for the banning of Moist Sean, and I'm not here to stand for that. So thank you, Moist Sean, for that banger of a postcard, bro. 2 fun questions in 1 postcard, both bangers. I love it. Keep them coming.
Honestly, we need fun questions like that on a more regular basis. Fun questions like that keep the show alive. So that was great.
I'm not laughed that well, that like deep belly laugh in a hot minute. So you're absolutely right. Thank you so much. And yes, we are running out of headroom. I bought more of those little like things to actually put them up. And so I had a backlog of postcards that I didn't have up there. So yeah, we are kind of running out of headroom. I'm going to go check the P.O. box this week because it's been a couple weeks. But if you want to send us a fun question, you can do so many different ways. Postcard is preferred. But if you don't have a means to send the postcard, then you can just post it in our Discord somewhere. If you're a Patreon member, you can post it in the fun question section. We'll finally be getting back to those. But yeah, thank you so much, Sean, for the fun question. And that's going to do it for the episode, folks. You've made it this far. Hopefully you lasted through what probably is going to be our lowest rated episode to date, because apparently RS3 is stinky. I don't know. I don't
Why do you
judge.
say apparent? I mean, listen.
I don't judge. So I say apparently. Some people say it is. But those people have not played RS3 since they were 11. Okay? I want you guys to think about that. You've not played the game since you were 11.
When
Go
was the
back
last
and play
time
it.
you played the game?
So when I was like 15. So yeah. And it was a traumatic experience. But I've grown. I've gone to therapy. I've changed. I'm a new person. I'm different. And I can look at a game objectively and say it's probably good. It's apparently stinky. Anyway, that's
Anyways,
the episode.
Totally unrelated. Otis said we need a postcard tour. Can we do a postcard tier list? That'd be fun.
That would be
That's
fun,
where we're gonna
actually.
end this bitch off, is on a
Yeah.
postcard tier list.
That's cool. You can find more about Xpwaste in the description of the episode. If you want to find our link tree, it's there. You can find our address to our PO box. You can find our Patreon. You can find our merch store. We don't talk about the merch store very often, but Oxie is rocking the customized Gay Frogs Pride shirt that we did. And I think it's great. He cut all the sleeves off of it, which is kind of hot. But yeah, that's our show. We love you guys so much. Thank you so much for listening. And we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.